everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda. Today is April the 27th. It's a Sunday, and it is time to go ahead and get the garden planted. So I'm going to be planting a lot of things in the garden, but first I want to show you something that I'm doing to help fertilize my garden. I have taken a 5-gallon bucket and I've just put in some scraps from the house in it. I got banana peels, potato peels, I got celery. This is going to be a fertilizer that I'm going to use to fertilize my garden. I'm going to be just taking a little bit out at a time and adding it to a gallon of water and adding it to my garden. This is going to give my garden nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. It stinks, y'all. It's going to stink, and you're going to have it somewhere in your garden where you can kind of keep it out of the way, because once you open it up, it smells really bad, but the garden loves it. But this way, I think it's going to keep me from having to purchase so many different fertilizers. I will have this on standby just in case I'm not able to get my other fertilizer. So this is a good way to go ahead, get your fertilizer started. And this is a good way to also use some of those kitchen scraps. If you can fertilize your garden and save money at the same time. Okay, y'all, it's a little noisy out in the garden right now because Caleb is on the riding lawnmower, but this is where I planted my raspberry bush, and I am beginning to think that this may be too much shade for it, but I'm going to do a little bit more research before I move this from this area. But right now, it's in shade, and it's like 11 a.m., and so I think that is probably too much shade for this at this time of the morning, but I will check and see. But the good thing is that the raspberries that are on there have ripened. This one is ripe. Go ahead and take it off. Yeah, it's so easy to come off. And then there's one back here that is ripe. Y'all, look what they look like. Okay, I brought some water out here because I'm going to wash these off. I see another one. Let's see, let's get this one. Okay, I got 3. I'm gonna wash these. I could go ahead and get those, but I'll save them for Rick and Caleb. When they get through, they can get these. Okay, so I bought some water out here. I just got a bottle of water. I'm just gonna run this water over these raspberries. All right, let's taste them. Yeah, they're so good. They are delicious. Oh my goodness. Yeah, plant some raspberries. Okay, so I was walking through the garden and realized that I had one of my tubings to get cut while the guys were mowing today. So I'm going to do a quick repair. And I already walked through and evaluated what I'm going to need. And the only thing I needed was an elbow right here. I'm going to need some extra tubing, and then I'm going to need a straight connector. So I'm going to cut it right here. And this is where I'm going to place my elbow. This is what the elbow connector looks like right here. And I have a video where I did where I showed all of the products that I use to set up my irrigation. So if you're interested in it, I'll link that so that you'll be able to see that video of all the things that I use in my garden for my irrigation. Okay, so I'm going to connect this elbow. Then I'm going to connect some 1/2-inch tubing. And someone asked about the 1/2-inch tubing. The 1/2-inch tubing, I have found that there is a difference in the tubing. One that I purchased at Lowe's, I've never had any problem with it. Another one I purchased online, and it was not good. I could not get it to work. I still have it laying over there, and I don't use it out here in my garden because it's just it's like impossible to use. These fittings just do not work with them. It's going to be a personal decision where you decide to get your tubing. But I do like the 1/2-inch tubing that Lowe's have. I'm going to connect this 1/2-inch tubing to this 1/2-inch tubing that I have running right here. And I just want to make sure that I have a long enough piece. Okay, so I feel like I can cut it about here. And then I can put my straight connector. This is what the straight connector looks like. I can just place it between these two pieces of 1/2-inch tubing just to connect them. I'm going to put one on this end. And connect it to this end. Okay, now I can just get some landscape staples and staple these to the ground. And we're ready to turn the irrigation back on. Okay, this is one of the bags that I planted some potatoes in. And I planted some Adirondack Blue, and they did not make it because I left them outside during the frost, and so I just took them out, and I planted some red potatoes in this bag, and they have done really good. This is the container right here that I planted the pecan tree in, and I did not plant this tomato in this container, or that, I think that's a ground cherry over in the corner. So those have reseeded themselves and got a weed in there. I'll go ahead and get that out. But I'm still keeping an eye on this pecan. And it seemed like it may have rooted because it don't feel dead or anything like that. So I'm just going to keep an eye on the pecan tree. I'm going to be harvesting some of the greens from this bed today and cook them. And then I'll use this space to plant some more tomatoes. This is the tomato that was the experiment that we planted out before our last frost date. And so it has done well. It has done well. It has survived, and it has flowers on it now. I'm gonna use this container to plant some sunrise bumblebee tomatoes and a pepper plant. I'm gonna put 2 of my sunrise bumblebee tomatoes, and I'm gonna put a Fukushima bell pepper and a red cheese bell pepper in this container. So there's gonna be 4 plants, well, plus this marigold is already in here, that's gonna be in this small container. And that's just because I don't have a lot of extra space, so I am using all the space that I have, and these will be fine. I have to remember these are heavy feeders, so I'm gonna have to really feed these plants. And so I have my amendments mixed right here. This is my bone meal, blood meal, and a slow release fertilizer that I'm going to be putting in there. And I'm going to just pop these plants in. Make sure I got room for 4 plants. I'm going to put both of my tomatoes together. I'm going to bury these a little deep. Here's my other tomato. And then got my peppers right here. And I already got my irrigation set up in this container. Pop in my peppers. And I got my earthworms in here. I'm gonna put them back in there. So that he can make me some worm castings in the container. Next, I'm going to mulch and water this container. You want to add mulch so the mulch will help to retain moisture in your container, because your container can dry out quickly. Okay, it has started to thunder, so we're going to go in, and I will come back out once it has finished doing whatever it is about to do. Okay, you all, it is the next day. I did not get a chance to get back out yesterday, but now I'm back in my garden and I want to plant my elderberry in the ground. It's beginning to get a little yellowing on the leaves because I think it's just ready to get out of this pot. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna divide it up, and I think I'm gonna plant this and make, I'm gonna make two. I know I'm gonna make at least 2 of these. I'm gonna go ahead and divide these up, and then I'm gonna see how many plants I'll be able to get out of this elderberry. And remember, when planting elderberry, you do need 2 elderberry varieties in order to get fruit. So make sure that if you have the same variety, that you try to get another variety so that you'll be able to have some fruit on your elderberry plant. Okay, so let's go ahead and divide this plant. Okay, so I want to loosen it up first. I don't want to just pull on these because these were cuttings and they have made roots, and now I am ready to get them out. These were sent to me by Diva Jones. Thanks again, Diva Jones, for sending me these amazing cuttings. They all did really well. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave my container here, and I'm gonna go ahead and start to dividing this plant. Elderberry like full sun. They can tolerate some shade, but they prefer full sun to get the most fruit. Okay, so there's a nice cutting right here. It looks like I'm gonna be able to get way more than 2. Another nice cutting right here with some very good roots. Very good cutting right here. Y'all, these did so good. I got a lot of plants. See, I can plant more than one in a hole so that I can get a better grouping. So I can double up on some of these and plant them. I could take these 2 plants and put them together to make it look and start off even more full. So that's what I'm going to do with a couple of these. So I've already chosen the ones that I'm going to go ahead and pot. And then I'm going to go ahead and repot the rest of them, and so I can have some to share. Okay, so this is going to be one. And this will be my other one. So let's go into the garden and plant these. Okay, so I got my first elderberry planted in, and I just took one of the metal stakes that I got when I purchased some of my trees, and this is how I'm going to hold it up, because as you can tell, it's kind of windy out here today, and I just want this to hold it in place until those roots get established. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with my other elderberry. And it's nice to be able to come out and plant after you've gotten the rain, because the soil is nice and moist. So I'm going to add some amendments to my soil, and I've mixed up my blood meal, bone meal, and some slow release fertilizer, which is my plant tone. I'm going to add these cuttings to the hole. my metal stake. That's going to help to hold it in place, and I'm just going to put these together with a zip tie. Add a little bit more of my amendments around the outside of the plant, and then I'm going to water it in. This bed has some Swiss chard and some Brussels sprouts planted in it, but I'm going to go ahead and add some of my other plants in here, and what I'm going to be adding are some tomato plants. Also has a leek right here. And the tomato plants that I got, this one's a blackberry. Apricot zebra, aroma, a blue cream tomato, don't know what that one is, and this one is a Roma also. But I'm going to just go ahead, I'm going to pop these all in this bed. And one reason I'm going to be able to do this is because this it's going to be soon coming out. This Brussels sprout is going to soon come out, because if it don't start going to seed before those Brussels sprouts get big enough for us to eat, I will have eaten these leaves already, because Brussels sprout leaves are delicious. Now this Swiss chard will probably stay, I'm sure this Swiss chard will stay in this bed throughout the summer, because Swiss chard does good in the summer. So I will be harvesting it till it's all gone, but if not, we'll always be popping in something new in these beds. Once one thing comes out, something new always goes in. I was able to plant 2 more 30-gallon bags of red potatoes. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to mulch it, I'm going to water them in, and that is going to do it for today's video. So I hope that y'all have enjoyed the video today, and that you'll give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.